Hey all you sketchy people, welcome back to my channel. Jack here, and in today's video it's going to be everything guitars. I recently revamped my studio, got some paint on the walls, and I've hung up every guitar that I've got on display for you. I'm going to demo each one of these guitars and also tell some stories behind each instrument. Go down a little memory lane of bands I've been in, rock and roll moments, and I'll also feature all the sketchy people sketches I've done of guitarists over the years. I love street performers and buskers. I've been on the stage many times myself, and I'll go into some stories of my live playing and even the guitarists that have influenced my style. So there's a lot of music to get to in this video. So without further ado, let's get a little sketchy and maybe a little shreddy. Charge! Boy, a little bit of paint goes a long way. If you've got a space that you might feel is a little stagnant in your life, I highly suggest taping some walls off and throwing some newspaper down and getting a new color on those walls. This is a really exciting transformation. And I'm hanging up these wall mounts here for my guitar collection, and I'm really excited to get all these into this new space and bring in this musical energy to my study. And JoJo's helping me out. So a little rearranging here, and boom, 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 boom. Look at that. The guitar wall is set in my studio. Now, let's make some noise. You want me to play some Roll Over Beethoven? Some Led Zeppelin Black Dog. So what I'll do with each guitar is I'll go into detail with all of them, and I'm going to start with my acoustic guitars first. Here is a Yamaha, check my notes, APX-T2. This guitar is a little bit smaller, hence a good travel guitar, a backpack guitar. Comes with a built-in tuner. You know, it's just nice to have something to plunk around while you're up on the mountain. Not bad, Yamaha. This acoustic is probably from the 1950s. There's no serial number on it, but I did some research and I think it's a 1950s K. It's got a jumbo body. I got this guitar from my granddad. I only met him once, and he gave me this guitar. My mom took my sister and I down to meet him when I was 16. That was in the fall of '97. So I had just started playing guitar, and I've had this guitar ever since. And oops, JoJo clawed that, so it's good to have these guitars up on the wall and out of JoJo's paws. A nice sound to it, very warm. And the body is so big up here, it kind of holds your arm up a little bit, and I kind of like that. Next up is this 1970s Martin. I got this guitar from my old man. So he passed, and his guitars are here in my collection. I'm just holding on to them for him. This isn't my guitar, it's still his. I'm just holding on to it for him. You know, growing up surrounded by his guitars were really amazing. Just to be around that energy and knowing that his energy is still here on the fretboard, knowing that he played, chords right there that I'm playing, it's like we're forever together, still jamming together. Our segue from acoustic into electric, and this is also my old man's guitar, and this is Excalibur in this room. This is a Gibson Howard Roberts. This is from the 70s. One of my favorite guitar players is Django Reinhardt. I owe my old man for that influence. And one of my favorite pieces is Minor Swing. So this guitar right here is my favorite coloring. This is a Tobacco Burst. This is a 2010 Fender Strat. Again, this is another one of my old man's guitars. This was bought in Portland here, and we got it for him for Christmas. And this is his amp right here. His toothpick is still here. You'd play with a toothpick, and I found that in the volume knobs and stuff, so I'm going to leave it right there for him. Let's see what we got. I'd probably say another one of my favorite guitar players is Kurt Cobain. Nirvana, I think, is a really great band for getting going on guitar because they're accessible riffs, you know. I mean, a neck pickup on a Strat is just so... I'd probably say another one of my favorite guitar players is Jimi Hendrix. So this is it's an Ibanez headstock, but good God, this thing is a Frankenstein, to say the least. I think this may be a guitar that that my old man was building. But definitely, these switches, I don't know if they do anything. I'll definitely go back to this Howard Roberts so you could hear it with some electricity behind it. West Tone Dimension 4. This is probably from 1986. It's Japanese made. I love pointy guitars, and you're going to find out. You're going to meet more of these in a few moments. I got this guitar, actually, this was kind of a funny story. I went into a music store in St. John's, and I saw this hanging, and I played it, and I was like, I like that. You know, I'm not going to buy it right now. I'm going to him and haw about it. Give me 24 hours type of thing. Told my wife about it. Said, hey, there's this awesome guitar. I think I'm going to get it. And I go to buy it. I walk in. I am ready to purchase this guitar, but it is gone. Really and truthfully, who in their right minds would want this? Like, this is a pretty niche guitar. This guitar is gone. I told my wife this, and I'm like, this guitar is gone. Little did I know, she snuck in and bought this guitar and gave it to me for Valentine's Day. Love her for it. I love how metal it is. This is my Black Star amp, but I've changed it to Flock Star because, you know, I'm a Seagull guy. This has got a great creamy neck pickup. And a great bridge pickup. Floyd Rose, you get to do cool stuff like another one of my favorite guitar players is Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath. Good friend Aaron, aka Dogface. I went over to his house October of '96, so I was 15. And I went to his house and he had a guitar laying there, and I was like, can you show me something? And he showed me Paranoid. So this is the first riff I ever learned how to play. And another great guitar player to learn from when you're just starting out, because a lot of his stuff is easier. It's more simple to play. A common misconception is just because it's easier to play doesn't make it any less good than anything else. This is a Gibson Flying V. When I bought it, it was black, and so I had it painted yellow. Customized this decal for it. This is a 2011. Only has one pickup, only has a volume knob, that is it. That's one of those riffs, South of Heaven by Slayer, that is, it's just a fun riff to play. This is a cool guitar though, it's really light. But it is a little thin, and you're about to hear the difference between this Gibson, I go to this Gibson. This is a 2021 Gibson V. Just serious chunk. This is the neck pickup, so all the way down is this neck pickup. It's way brighter on that bridge pickup. I just put a bunch of gold stickers on this. I got this guitar for Christmas a few years ago. This is a JS32. It's a King V. This is actually the only guitar that I have that has 24 frets. Probably another guitar player that I owe a lot of my style to is Dave Mustaine. That's Hanger 18. The really cool chord progressions that he has in there. This is my wife's guitar. And actually this Vega and this PV practice amp was left behind in Reno by a punk band. It's been in the family ever since, so I got to get this repaired, and maybe in a future video we can see what this guitar sounds like. It's heavy. It's a very heavy guitar. It's really handy. I highly suggest anybody out there to get a practice amp. You know, something that you can maybe plug headphones into and not disturb your family, friends, or neighbors. I've also got this little pig nose amp. I mean, look at this. Look how awesome this is. It's a little pig nose. That's one of the most satisfying knob turns. I'd have to get like a distortion pedal because it's just an amp for what it is. Super lightweight. You can put it around your shoulder. You know, Flying V's, a lot of people have a gripe with them because you can't sit with them. Well, you got to learn how to hold them when you sit, and that's just put the V right there on your leg, and then I put my calf around the front of the V, so you kind of get this type of thing, so it locks it into place, so I could sit there and don't have to worry about it sliding around. So once upon a time, I worked in a music store in Newport, Oregon, my high school job. It was called Sister Ray's Music. An old guy came in and he wanted me to put strings on his guitar. And he had a nylon string guitar, and I saw an acoustic style body and was like, well, let me throw some acoustic strings on this nylon guitar. Acoustic strings will have a lot more tension than nylon strings, classical strings. And so as I was tightening up the steel strings on his guitar, the bridge right here peeled up from the wood. I had broken this man's guitar. I learned quick the difference between nylon and acoustic strings and when not to put them on those guitars. The very first gig I ever played live, Depot Bay, Oregon, and my good friend Dogface was in the band. And shout out to my friend Nick. He drove all over Lincoln County picking up the drummer, the singer, me, and Dogface in his Volvo to do this gig. And when we arrived, our lead singer was like, yeah, we got 2 new members in the band, bass player and like another guitar player. So there's like 4 guitar players or something. Cacophony at the Coast is what it was. That was some wild times. That was probably in 1998. I had a lot of guitars over the years. I've had Gibson Explorers. I had the Dimebag Darrell Signature Dean, multiple Gibson V's. I've had a Gibson Firebird. I used to play bass. I played bass for a couple bands. I had a Rickenbacker 4001 bass, which was an awesome, awesome bass. My best gig I may have ever played, opening for Metal Church with Bastard Saints and Fernando. I did a video
for Fernando where we played at the Roseland Theater in Portland, but the Metal Church show at Dante's. It's cool to kind of be with Metal Church and hang out with those guys. You know, I look up to, you know, Northwest heavy metal especially, but Metal Church is a really cool band. I had a great Spinal Tap moment with Fernando. We were jamming at the Bossa Nova on East Burnside. He's got just gorgeous long black hair, and he was headbanging next to me, and he whips his hair over my headstock, and his hair gets tangled in my headstock, and so he tries to pull his head back, and my guitar goes with him. And I remember just grabbing my guitar and grabbing his hair and just ripping, like, it was good times. I wouldn't trade him for anything. But comment down below, what are some of your inspirational musicians out there? Do you play an instrument? What are your favorite rock stars, your favorite musicians? Let's talk music. Let's talk art and music and have some fun. Well, I get sketchy. I might draw you next. I get sketchy. And I might draw you next. 'Cause you could be next. You could be next. You could be next. You could be next. If I haven't drawn you yet, stay your true, lovely, sketchy self, because you could be next. See ya. I mentioned my old man a lot in this video. This is Dave. He passed away last fall to ALS. Of all the guitar players that I mentioned in this video, he is my biggest influence and my favorite guitar player. He always encouraged me and inspired me and always said I sounded good. He had a really goofy sense of humor, and it definitely rubbed off on me, and I get a lot of my quirkiness from him. And just because he's not on this earthly plane anymore doesn't mean we can't still jam. You know, the toothpick is still on that amp. And old man, if you ever want to come down and haunt this band room, you can plug in and jam anytime. I love you, and I miss you.